riding high up here in the skybox, but we subbed out the passenger seat. Exit Corelli, enter Turtle. What's up, Turtle? Are you ready to get this upper final?
The downgrade has arrived. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
It's not a downgrade. it's a lateral grade. You know,
That's right.
A 1-to-1 ratio, Turtle. But this upper final could be the makings of a great one, or it might just be more of the same. Top Blokes have yet to ever beat Team BDS.
And you know, we thought maybe today would be the start of something new. There's been a couple of questions on the BDS roster with their performance so far in this regional event. And it's crazy that I even have the guts to say that because BDS are undefeated. But just to give you some context, BDS in the first winter regional, they played 5 series. In individual games, they went 18-2. So far in this regional, they're 10-4. So their armor has been dented, but not destroyed. They haven't lost a series yet, Dorby.
Maybe some wiggle room for Top Blokes, but I do feel like yesterday was a return to a BDS dominant form. Hang on a second, though. Archie just missed the double off the crossbar. That would have been a stellar way to start the match for Top Blokes.
Yeah, and speaking of the start of the match, you even heard Steak in that first game interview discussed how important it was in a best of 7 to get that momentum early on, and it's Top Blokes using everybody with a passing play to send Kassio to the back of the net.
The only way they could keep Monkeymoon out was to give him the old bump, Flame, keeping Monkeymoon from having any kind of chance in that play. So it is Top Blokes that strike first, and maybe they can build that momentum and keep BDS on their back wheels. It's certainly going to be tough. We saw them pushed a little bit against Giants, but they never really had the control of the game wrenched from them because they're so good at stuff like that. But Flame makes a great stop in front, steal the ball in front of the box, and Monkeymoon will find his way in.
Chiefs talked about this on the desk. You're going to need to make some last-second saves, and it's going to be crucial to your defensive strategy against BDS. You get one here, but there's no recovery. Nobody in time to get that second follow-up hit. Flame had done a good job of getting the save, but with all the pressure that BDS put on, one shot gets saved, and they've got another one right at you.
Top Blokes. A long clear initially, and marked by 8, all by himself in the orange half. I got the flip reset and tried to pull a fast one on Flame, but they get the clear. And that's always the thing about BDS. Doesn't matter if they're ahead, if they're behind.
Yeah.
If it's dead even, this team is so consistent in any situation, under any sort of fire. Extra picks up a save, but there's nobody back in net, and it's a free goal for Flame off the initial challenge from Archie.
Oh, we got to mention the speed from Kassio to get over that defender, set up Archie with a 50, who was just prioritizing winning the challenge. He didn't care about anything else but that 50-50 to set up the follow-up shot for Flame. This is a Top Blokes roster that I didn't think would be this fast coming out the gates. Normally we see them be a little bit more passive, but against BDS, it seems like they've gotten more confidence and want to outpace them.
And they definitely got the advantage there where Archie, he had to cover a long distance to get into extra, but the ball's high enough to allow him to challenge it. So if Top Blokes continue to convert those 2-on-1 advantages against BDS, BDS might find victory a hard work. Not that, you know, it wasn't gonna be hard work against Top Blokes. Just when you look at the history of this matchup, only one time in the history that these two teams have met this season has it gone the distance. That was in a best of 7, and it was the last time they met in grid in the playoffs. That was the whole way back, how far away was that? That was like in week 6 of fall split grid. So they haven't played each other in a while. Right now, Top Blokes, I mean, look at BDS, they're all stops. They couldn't grab some of their boots. Finally, they collect a lot of them, and they get a hard clear downfield, but they were a little optimistic on their positioning. It was going to be a tough spot, but Extra gets out.
You've got this Top Blokes roster that I think is very, very well balanced. I mean, even looking at the stats of their recent grid win in the first week of the winter grid, all of them, you know, it was unreal to see the goals per game averages across the board. Every time you research this team or look at the stats, it's so balanced. You know what I mean? Kassio was the #1 scorer, 0.83 goals per game. Then Archie following at 0.76, and then Flame very close with 0.69 goals per game. It's not one player who's dominant over the others in terms of stats. They can all do it, And everybody on BDS can shoot as well. We've got just, it's not a carry v carry in this situation, Jorby. It's really the whole team and how they move as a dynamic. As Flame gets the 3rd goal for Top Blokes, they're running away with game 1.
Yeah, and that's Flame's 2nd goal as well. Flame took the perfect angle in front on that challenge, was able to front flip right as the ball made contact with Monkeymoon, who was expecting just to be able to kick the ball out to the sidewall. But because of the flip timing, it bounces right over his car and into the net. A multi-goal lead for Top Blokes, maybe even a 4th in game 1. And it's game 1, Turtle, so it's definitely way out there right now.
Yeah.
Some BDS fans might be like, uh-oh, right now, but maybe not, because they tend to have these slower starts. The games that they dropped this regional have been more in the beginning of the matches that they've played. Giants were able to take some early game wins off of them, I guess early mid if you really want to get technical about it, but they tend to be a little slow in game 1, and after that, right the ship. We were scared for them yesterday against Giants for a little bit, but once they get that splash play and score a bunch of goals, that's when it's really hard to take that ball away from them.
Yeah, and the question for BDS is, you know, where do they improve? Which area on the pitch do they make a difference? I think their defense and that speed factor needs to be picked up a bit. And once they can start focusing on that, the challenges will be much better. They'll be able to transition more. And just like that, game 1 comes to an end. It's Top Blokes surprisingly coming out on top.
I can hear Stumpy the whole way, like 3 channels down, being like, That Top Blokes pick in the upper brackets looking juicy now, isn't it, boys? You know he's already mouthing off. I know it. But hey, Top Blokes played an excellent game number 1.
That's right.
And netted him a victory.
And it wasn't one person, you know, outshining the rest. That's what I love about Top Blokes, and every time I watch them play, it's really a combination of multiple different factors of this roster, As we go through the replays, you can see there's multiple touches on the ball, multiple hits from different players to set up that pass. Look at the 50 goes off the corner, then we've got somebody to follow it up. Top Blokes never want to rely on that 1v1 strategy, which makes them a consistent force in Europe. But on the other side, Team BDS, if you starve them out, you take their boost, you do all of this, Monkeymoon is probably going to hit you with the backboard double taps regardless, and you've got to watch out for that, Jorby.
Where was the offensive presence from BDS while they registered 7 shots on net?
Yeah.
I think I can remember 2 of them. A lot, like some of them from Mark by 8 were when he was by himself buying BDS time to get back and re-kit to get back downfield. They didn't have a lot of room in the orange half.
Yeah. I mean, one thing we don't see a lot out of BDS is the demo game. I think Mark by 8, he is the only one who prioritizes going for demos in his rotation. Maybe that could become a factor so far after a rough game 1 for BDS. We'll see how they step up.
How do BDS adjust if Top Blokes start with another goal? And you might start hitting the worry button. Archie, back pass that Monkeymoon was breathing down Kassio's neck on. Kassio slowing it down against Extra, got the pass out, but Archie backflipped, and now Flame coming back around, but that's going to be a botched rotation for Top Blokes, although BDS with Monkeymoon. Watch out for his 50s as the match goes on. Monkeymoon and his pop-off potential, he's been doing it more often than anyone else on Team BDS, and when he does, it is really hard to win anything against BDS. But right now, he's largely been kept in check. But as soon as he starts winning a couple 50s, look out.
I mentioned physical plays. Flame just got a little piece of a play on BDS, took him out of the play for a bit. BDS relying on these huge clears where normally you'll find Extra on the other side of them, but not too much aggression. They're trying to look for boost, and Monkeymoon can't even win that 50. We've got good midfield presence, and Flame, I have been impressed with him so far. Normally, I'm not too attentive of where Flame has been on the field, but he's making a difference.
Yeah, his 50 game has been excellent. Oh, nice move, Extra. It's simple, but elegant. And Extra puts the first one in for BDS.
Oh, man, we just talked about Flame, but he's the one who forced a 450 that bounced out to Extra, who didn't even have a shot in the previous game. Now comes out here, 1 shot, 1 goal, BDS up first.
Before that, though, Flame in his little 1v1s to win these 50s before that one has really tripped up BDS to think he's going to push forward at a certain time. And then he doesn't. He just stays on the ground. He's been able to worm his way around a couple extra, almost dunking for another goal. Kassio flips one out to Archie. Back to Kassio. Shot just a little high, but Archie's in the air. That one touched by a second. Monkeymoon can't get back. Flame puts it in, makes up for the previous.
And Flame just won a 1v2 on defense. Archie now off the backboard. It was a fortunate touch because it hit off of Monkeymoon's car. Flame was patient enough to wait for the redirect, and the backboard touch finished the shot. All tied up here. Flame has had an outstanding performance besides that first goal that he gave away to BDS.
That's his third goal in the match so far. And Flame is creating that kind of value. Oh, look out. You know, he's typically the guy helping out the striker on his team. He leads the league, or he leads all of Europe in assists per game. Just under, I know this number is just weird, but just under 0.9 assists a game. That's good for highest in Europe. That's how often you can pick up an assist in a game and how tough it is to really work by a lot of these defenses. But if Flame is scoring goals, that might mean good things for top Blokes. This has been very close so far. BDS having to work for their space. Archie can't get anything against Monkeymoon there. Halfway through game number 2, here comes Mark by 8 off the backboard, and he gets that second touch, but not before top Blokes could grab a piece of it.
Yeah, and it was Flame on the backboard being patient. He was actually in the midfield there, could have challenged, but what I've noticed is top Blokes, they will decide to turn back in rotation. Kassio doesn't have the reaction time to get up to this ball. I thought there could have been a save, but fortunately enough, if you're a BDS fan, this one slotted in.
Yeah, he was coming down just off the ramp and was still just going a little too fast. You know, if you're behind that ball, or not behind it, but if you're on the other side of that ball a little bit more, it'd be a little easier to grab that ball, but he just kept carrying laterally a little too much, and it killed his vertical momentum.
Yeah, and it wasn't the best timing as well. If you're Kassio in that situation, it might be better just to stay on the backboard. If you see a shot coming in, and here's another shot coming in, marked by 8, follows it up off the top of the goal.
Yeah, that one was Flame this time. Couldn't grab control of the ball fully, and I was looking at Mark by 8 cam during that replay, but I'm wondering what Flame was seeing to make him kick the ball up so hard, because that first attacker from BDS wasn't really in the play to challenge him. At least from Mark by 8's perspective, it didn't appear so. It's a multi-goal lead, maybe a fourth here for Mark by 8. A challenge just kicked it way downfield.
There's a lot more space given to BDS. And very high floating balls just getting tossed to the backboard of top Blokes. I think they need to focus on having somebody on the backboard, not getting scrambled on your own end. You can see the rotation breaking down. Was there a demo by Extra? I think there was. So much physicality on the field, and BDS, that aggression's too much.
BDS are just punishing top Blokes on the losses. On the losses behind the ball. It's like their first touch kicks out a little too far away, and BDS are prowling on top of that mistouch. They are hoping that top Blokes have that ball kick out just a little too far in front of them, because that's exactly how they snake this ball out of their control, out of top Blokes' control. And they've been able to score on it twice out of these 4 goals that they put on. Flame couldn't get turned around in time, but he gets the bump and gives Kassio the goal. So we are within 2 now for top Blokes.
Yeah, and there's 1 minute and 11 seconds. Plenty of time so far for top Blokes to get another one as Flame uses his flip. And that's actually the perfect height you could be off the ground to go for a bump, because even if in that situation Mark by 8 does jump, which I believe he did in the replay, Flame is just enough off the ground to still get contact whether or not he decides to jump and dodge the demo. Wonderful job. And Flame, he's the most physical. I don't think anybody else really has gone for bumps besides him from top Blokes. We need to keep seeing that.
Yeah, BDS have really cleaned things up on the rotation, but there's a demo in front. Extra covers the ground, breaking up the infield passing play. But Kassio comes up high near the ceiling, marked by 8. Got there in time. Flame, he needs to buy time for top Blokes, and he loses the challenge. Monkeymoon puts another one in and likely put away the second game.
Man, and I feel for Flame here. It was a good idea to catch it, but he needs to get that ball out to the wall so he can stall and waste a few more seconds for his teammates. In that situation, you do not want to force a 50 right in midfield. Take it to the wall. figure something else out. Flame, he's been put in a couple of weird situations, a couple of 1v2s against BDS of all teams to go up against in a 1v2. That's got to be difficult. This is a very secure lead for BDS, and we can see them taking game 2.
BDS just punishing these minor mistakes from top Blokes. The minor missed touches that have given up possession.
It's nothing mind-blowing. You know, we're not over here screaming over BDS. It's just been a very solid and clean rotation to capitalize on those mistakes, like you said, Jorby.
And Extra has to field one more, but time is on BDS's side. And they will take game number 2. Top Blokes.
Yeah.
Well, the woods got a little denser on their road to victory here against BDS.
And more physical plays towards the end of that game as well. This is something I didn't really expect. A lot of times we don't see this out of a few European teams, maybe besides Virtuoso. But besides that, there aren't a lot of demos that occur on the field. But this series has completely flipped the script as we get a BDS win back in the series. Top Blokes going up 2-0 would have been something special if you're a fan of them. But I think that BDS, like we mentioned, it was very clean. Nothing too overextensive with their rotations. They just wanted to be in the position to punish on that space that was given to them.
For Top Blokes, Flame has looked like the best player on his team at times, and then has given up a couple as well. So it's, I don't want to just pick on Flame for that.
Right.
But Top Blokes, the demos are nice in those situations to get them, but they haven't been able to actually get the value that they need out of them. It's always been away from the flow of the play, or after the ball's already left and there was enough time for that player to spawn, and it actually puts them back in the rotation.
Yeah.
So at times I felt like those demos actually hurt Top Blokes, and they haven't been able to win any 50s in this game. Like, it started out okay, but then as soon as Extra scored that first goal, Top Blokes felt like they were, like, at least from their car language, felt like they were playing with borrowed time, even though it was so close at times.
Well, and on 2 of those mistakes that you pointed out from Flame, they were off of 2 50s on the defensive side when he's in a 1v2 situation. We talked about it. If you just bring it to the wall or just jump right before going into the 50, you need to keep the ball grounded. Try to stop all that momentum going forward, because BDS, they don't really care about getting a shot on net from the 50. They just want to keep the ball moving forward and make sure you can't recover in time. Archie now, a little chip shot, doesn't work out, but they've got pressure right at the gates.
Well, if the first 2 games were any indication, this game is going to be won in the 1v1 trenches. Extra trying to hop in front of that one. It was BDS who got the better edge of Top Blokes, and Monkeymoon will break up the attempted pass on Flame's shot. But Archie has a slowdown, got the flip reset, the pass to Flame! Wonderfully done by Archie.
Oh, and Flame's back, baby. All from the pass from Archie to the slow touch in the corner. Extra was trying to predict his pass, thought he was going to use the backboard, and Archie hit the brakes, got the infield pass, threw off the BDS defense, and they scored first.
Mark by 8 also did his best to predict how the ball was going to travel with no boost, and he missed the ball by a short, very short distance.
Really good recognition. That's a massive play from Archie.
Ooh, marked by 8. That comes for free off the backboard. Well, Top Blokes got to find a way to keep these ones clean if they have hope, but BDS come right back.
Flame is really toying with any Top Blokes fans, because you see him on the field and you think this man is popping off, and then on defense he seems to struggle in the moments where he's got to clutch up. You need to get a hit off the backboard in that situation. BDS, it just need to pretty much hit this ball with pace if you see Flame alone on the defensive side.
And I will give Flame some benefit of the doubt. That was a hard touch on the backboard, and a very short distance for him to have to cover by the time it got there. So it certainly wasn't an easy clear to grab, but those are the types of defenses you're going to have to field. Oh, Kassio just jumps up in front of the box for the tip-in. Top Blokes take the lead back.
Oh my goodness, this is Kassio off the bump from Extra. He hits him out the way, which buys him some time. I think he got bumped as well, like you said, from somebody on BDS into the shot. I was wondering, how did this man get up so fast for the recovery? Kassio, a little stroke of luck.
I think that's, I think that's saved if he doesn't get pull shotted into it. Because there was a BDS player ready, and by the time he would have got
so
it,
fast, the ball, I was like, what? How did this man hit the shot?
Oh, the demo! Oh, Archie picks up another for Top Blokes. They're feeling good right now.
I did not think this game was going to be as messy and as all over the place. There's physical bumps, pool shots from BDS and top blokes. You know, normally I imagine these guys with finesse, little touches here and there, give and goes, but this has been just a war on the field, Jorby.
Hey, don't disrespect Archie. He had one flip reset pass.
No, you're right. You're right.
It was pretty. But other than that, yeah, it's been a fight. It's been a straight up brawl.
But this is what we want out of both teams on the field, you know, where it is just getting down to the nitty gritty. And you got to go for demos, take some boost, be a little mischievous on the field in order to get those goals.
Monkeymoon having trouble finding a clear for BDS. He was stuck in that corner for a while. Had to fend off 4 different attacks, and they still can't wrest the ball from top blokes control. Kassio gonna play it close by to stay away from that corner. Can't quite get that next touch, but it was enough for Flame. Back around the other side. Now BDS being pressed against their own backboard. Marked by 8. Can't get the ball to extra, but he does stay on the backboard. Back down to Monkeymoon for a clear. Monkeymoon's touch back to Marked by 8 may have saved them from getting scored on a 4th time. And extra stops the ball in midfield. BDS looking for that goal that will put them within 1. Archie kicks it out to the side again. Marked by 8's got no boost. Got to retreat. And that was enough to stint the progression from top blokes. They thought for sure that he was going to go for that ball. But Archie launches it. Monkeymoon has the save. They still need to get returned. But Monkeymoon, the ball returned to him. Now he catches, but it dunked off the crossbar. Now Extra gets the clear out, and BDS keep the goals within 2. Extra rolls it off the back wall, but Marked by 8 can't score. And the follow-up, not good enough. Still, Archie finds his way out. I don't know how. Top blokes didn't get scored on, but they launched the ball downfield.
Yeah, top blokes, this is a consistently faster game from them. They are outpacing BDS, which is not an easy task to do. Kassio getting the demos, I think that's the difference. You're slowing down that rotation just by a few seconds with demos, and it's giving your team the edge. You see, with these 50s, Archie now in the midfield, he's winning out against Monkeymoon. Now the second player. This rarely happens versus BDS, and top blokes are all over the pitch.
Pulled out to the side again. Flame gets the clear. But BDS a little bit of space, and Flame closed the gap. Here comes Archie, but it's denied by Extra. Still a little time for BDS. Marked by 8 knows it. He flips over 1, taken out by the last defender, Flame. Extra sends it back down in front. Marked by 8 takes out the player, but Archie has the shot, and it's taken away again by Extra. Now time is running thin. Monkeymoon, 1 more to Marked by 8. Defended again, this time by Kassio. Extra a little bit of space, but desperation. BDS are feeling it. Monkeymoon again. Does he have a chance? He keeps it close off the ceiling. Has the flip. Stays with it, but Archie and Flame combine to get the next clear. Extra wants a goal with some time left, but Archie makes the save against the crossbar. Marked by 8 can't force the 50. And top blokes. Excellent defense at the end of the game. The pool victory from BDS, 3-1.
Top blokes gliding around on the defense, not giving up a single solid opportunity to BDS. And you notice, Jorby, BDS get a touch in the midfield trying to move forward with a clear or maybe a give and go, and you've got somebody, anybody from top blokes ready for a challenge, fast in the air, wins the 50, and stops anything from BDS that develops forward, creating an opportunity. It's crazy. How are they doing this? This is why teams struggle so much against BDS. You can't beat them in the midfield. You just can't. The speed is too much. The mechanics from Monkeymoon, you just can't counter that. But then top blokes come out with some demos, and all of a sudden things start changing.
I mean, by the time BDS did get back to the ball, they weren't able to be at the midfield line. They were constantly having to retreat back to their corner boost, back to their own boost pads, and that gave top blokes enough time. If they had to refill on the boost, they could make the challenge happen. They could let BDS come forward on the transition, and they were in perfect position to handle anything that they could throw at them, even on those close opportunities, Turtle.
Yeah, and for BDS, most of their goals have just been off of horrible 50s taken by a player on top blokes. More specifically, it's been Flame, who does get a rough 50. We didn't see that too often in the previous game. I think there was one mistake where he couldn't get that difficult backward read, but nothing else. If BDS and their only opportunities are off of those poor 50s, they're going to need to work a little bit harder if they want to take a win.
This is probably the best top blokes have looked against BDS.
Yeah.
they have consistently struggled to pull out victories against this team. Have not won a single match against them in the grid or RLCS X regionals. It doesn't matter. Top Blokes have not been able to post a solid result, but this has the makings of changing the tune for Top Blokes. This 2-1 lead is pretty big. If they can pull out a victory in Game 4, Turtle, it is going to mean the world, the Top Blokes.
Boy, it's 50s. Monkeymoon had a really lovely recovery off the crossbar, saved by Mark by 8. Flame wants another shot at that one. Oh my goodness, Top Blokes, they are on fire, to say the least. And now the midfield passing for Mark by 8, not saved by Flame. They recover and get the passing play.
How does Flame always end up in this situation, man?
I don't know.
A 2-on-1, the other, well, it was a 2-on-2, but Mark by 8. It was a nice delay in front, and Flame, the close angle, he's watching Mark by 8. He doesn't see Monkeymoon on his cam on his way back. He knows he's there, but not being able to see him is going to force him to hesitate on his decision, and it's that quarter second that makes the difference. That's why he just barely misses that, because he doesn't know when exactly that shot's coming. He knows it's a pass, but just can't get the timing on the shot right.
Flame probably feels like he's got, you know, a 5-ton weight on his shoulders at this point, looking to carry the defense alone. He's left in so many 1v2, 1v3 even situations where he's got to make that final touch. He's clutched out a little bit, but I don't know if this is a result from Archie and Kassio being more aggressive, or it's just an unlucky positioning from Flame.
Well, maybe you pick on this a little bit if you're BDS.
Yeah.
If you have a chance to demo Kassio or Archie on either the backside, front, it doesn't matter. If you demo them at all, you're gonna force Flame to have to retreat. And if you've been successful in the man advantage against him, if you can force those opportunities a little bit more, then maybe it'll be harder for Top Blokes to move forward. Archie's been pretty solid on both halves of the field today in enabling his team to get those openings, but there is a weakness for Top Blokes. Mark by 8 in front of the corner, doesn't get the touch, but Extra already on top of it. Monkeymoon has the shot blocked this time by Kassio, and he's gonna slow it down in front. Archie doesn't have a lot of boost, just gonna retreat as BDS take control.
Oh, big 50 from Flame, but it bounces out. That's the situation that we talked about. Flame needs to get better 50s, but fortunately he had Archie on the rotation. Much more passive playstyle because they've been forced back from BDS. No boost on the field for them to take. Kassio again in a solo situation, but they do keep this momentum going forward. A big miss, and now Kassio has a free shot on net from one of the first huge mechanical issues we've seen out of BDS.
This is really tough for Mark by 8.
Man.
He tries to rush that read and was more confident about how it was going to drop, but he saw the attacker for the corner boost, so he's thinking, okay, I've lost the boost, and I got to challenge this ball because he's going to go up the corner, right? But no, he pulls off the play, and that just left Mark by 8 all by himself and did not have the read at all.
I mean, you can make the argument as well that with that clear, maybe be a bit more patient, but Mark by 8, you know he wanted to get that big counterattack in a high-risk, high-reward situation. If he did make contact with the speed he approached the ball with, it would have been a massive clear. But unfortunately, if you don't have the boost to get up to it, you're looking at a goal in favor of Top Blokes.
He just didn't want to give free field to Top Blokes in their own corner. It's a nice touch from Monkeymoon, but not quite nice enough. Thought Extra might have been a little bit closer, but he was beyond the midfield line. More defense for BDS. And they have not been able to score in bunches. In fact, the offense has been pretty stagnant. Monkeymoon, the only shots for BDS, with 3 of them. And he might get a 4th here, but not before it's shifted away back to midfield.
Well, BDS can't get any shots in. It's a struggle for him. I would like to see more dribbling maybe out of Monkeymoon instead of, you know, just booming it right now off the backboard. If he controls that ball, we could see a better solo play and something to develop down the field.
Trying to smoke off the rest of BDS in front, but Extra's got the ground hop air dribble towards the net. Can he get the double? No. It's taken away on the defense again. Backboard clean for Flame, and he gets under the ball here. 50 against Mark by 8, finds its way to Extra, but Kassio is there to field the next attack for BDS. A demo on the backside. Does it create space? No, Mark by 8 is forced back with that last touch. Top Blokes, another shot. Can they defend it? Yes. They got that first touch, but a demo on the backside, and it's off the crossbar. Follow-up is not going to be good, but here they come, and Top Blokes stop another push from BDS. Despite the explosions on the pitch, they hold firm. Top Blokes another clear.
I'm reminiscent to the previous game with the final 30 seconds. There was so much pressure Top Blokes had to withstand and handle from BDS. This time they're tied up. They can't lose a goal at this point. Otherwise, they won't get that OT chance. Maybe one here for the buzzer beater as Archie bounces off the corner across the field. It's going to drop down. We've got overtime.
Overtime in game number 4. If Top Blokes take this, it puts BDS on match point. And we are talking what it would be a very likely scenario where Top Blokes are going to win the match. But Monkeymoon steals extras points on a great pick in midfield, Turtle.
Oh, what Archie and Flame in the corner. That is pain. Absolute pain if you're Top Blokes. 2 players double commit on a simple 50. One of the worst ways to go out in overtime because you don't even feel like you should have given up a goal whatsoever in that situation. BDS, that's a free one, and they're thankful for it.
They are thankful for it. That was a great win from Extra. And again, putting it in a 2-2 match situation, you don't feel like you have your wheels against your own back wall now in a 3-1, which almost assuredly would be Top Blokes, right?
Yeah.
You would think so. But now you've brought BDS back into this set. That's the most dangerous thing that you can do. Top Blokes, it felt like they had it, but then that little kick in midfield just ruined everything.
I still think Top Blokes, judging by the way they're moving down the field, the possession game from them, they are the superior team in this series so far, but it's simple little mistakes like that one in overtime. And also the ones where Flame was on the defense, those 50-50s and the double commits, which have come down to some of the most basic issues for Top Blokes that they need to fix going into this series, which should be the easiest ones to fix, but instead they keep consistently messing up in those situations. Top Blokes, they clean it up, they'll still be the dominant team, but you know, how many chances they're gonna get against BDS?
We're in Wasteland Night. Both teams now fighting for match point in the upper final. It could very well be the grand final preview right here. And
oh my goodness.
Fight. And Flame has been at the center of Top Blokes' success. He picks up another goal.
This is Kassio making the best of his situation. He realizes he went for a double commit. He's like, oh no, I can't get this ball. Let me go ahead and take out a player and make this double commit worth my time. He took out Extra. Nice little follow-up shot from Flame, who is a consistent striker for Top Blokes. And they're up ahead for the first time yet again.
Marked by 8. Up high for the first challenge. Monkeymoon following him closely. Will use all of his boost fruitlessly. And marked by 8. Try to work that ball back over to Monkeymoon. BDS trying to reestablish what is typically a very oppressive offense. And they haven't had much success with oppression on the orange half. Top Blokes have played some excellent defense today, but it's been sneaky steals from BDS that have eked away a couple victories for them. Kassio couldn't quite get around that ball. Archie has to find Flame, and he does.
Really nice movement down the field as well to go for the back pass. Keep control of this ball, which is what Top Blokes aim to do, and then eventually he'll get a demo or a better 50. That's how it's been working out for him. And you see 2 players now, one behind Flame for the challenge. Now Archie has the confidence for him to go for it, win the challenge, go for a hit off the backboard. Top Blokes still lurking for that second goal. A demo for Mark by 8. This was effective in the second game for BDS. Now they're utilizing those physical plays yet again.
Marked by 8, following it up on the rotation. This is a tough situation for Top Blokes. They're not able to win any of their corner boosts. That's going to mean a lot of pressure against the backboard. But clears like that will buy them a little bit of time. And BDS, well, that ball's still going to get back to Monkeymoon. Forces Archie into a save, has to recover quickly, and got back to it. That was an impressive recovery and speed together from Archie to get Top Blokes out of a tough situation. Now the pass from Flame into Kassio off the ceiling. Flame picked up the demo on the back end, so there's still some space. Marked by 8, thought the challenge was coming from Archie, but he got off the post and no goal.
The fake from Archie. I'm a little bit sad that didn't even go in. I wanted to see the destruction of the defense by Archie. He turned right before hitting the ball, got a big rotation. Everyone from BDS got faked out, went back to net, and Archie couldn't find the finishing shot. But here he is to make some revenge on the field that marked by 8. Still, the save. This time it doesn't hit the post.
It was an aggressive rotation from top Blokes. That's a tough save for Flame. Here comes another one, and he can't save it! Monkeymoon scores in his face! BDS tied up!
There's no way you could possibly predict what's going on this field right now. The ball just playing pinball off the backboard. Monkeymoon comes in for the follow-up. BDS, after one of the most dangerous moments for their defense, comes out on top and ties this one up.
What a 50 from marked by 8, and barely another save from Archie. Already doing a ton of work on the defensive end with 3 saves, but 3 or 2 saves. He needed a third. That's not enough. Extra able to pick it up.
And this is the classic 1-2 player. Extra doesn't get a touch, but he stays forward, making sure he's conscious of where his teammate is, how he's going to get that pass forward into the corner. Nice little redirect. BDS, this is them finding their groove and getting into that stride that makes them so dangerous with those passing plays. And now Monkeymoon, some solo attempts in the air.
Yeah, that backflip actually did a great job killing the ball, giving marked by 8 a chance to keep it locked in the orange half. Here, BDS, the offense again reformed. It might not show up at the beginning of the match, but you can count on BDS's offense showing up at some point. And it's here, marked by 8. Got the catch, and more boost was stolen off the pitch. That gives Extra a little bit of lane here from the third back to the corner. Monkeymoon can't find the touch. Marked by 8 gets in front of it, but top Blokes get some breathing room, or do they? Flame is just stuck against the goal line. Extra, he's just trying to get in the way, was thinking that was going to jump straight down. He didn't have any boost on the play.
It was a very smart play from Monkeymoon, too, in the midfield to not go for that challenge, but then he's a little bit late to the next one. Gets the demo on Flame. There's so much space given up. Extra's just got to find the mark on this shot. Save from Archie. It didn't have enough power, Jorby.
It was tough. He ran out of boost on the play. Now a quick turnaround pass. The top Blokes have taken the tie. Flame sinks another down the center.
Oh, my goodness. The counterattack so fast. Monkeymoon takes the midfield boost, thinking we're going to get a dribble play from Kassio on net. Retreats back, and Kassio slots it over to Flame for the finish.
Kassio to Flame seems to be an option that is developing more and more for top Blokes. That's the first time they connect in this game, but it's not the only time that they've connected in the match. Archie getting involved everywhere and assists himself, and 3 saves on top of it. They're gonna need that continued performance if they can hang against BDS with less than a minute in regulation. Here's a shot from Kassio, and he won't go for Monkeymoon! Gives top Blokes the lead!
I don't know why nobody challenged this from BDS. They saw Kassio up so early. Extra tried to get the pre-jump prediction, and the precision on that shot, too much to handle. Kassio coming up huge. That is the best shot you can ask for, Joel.
So many times we've gotten so used to BDS hitting the pre-jump reads that it's tough to think that they're gonna miss it, right? Extra confident he would find that, and the ball sailed past him. Monkeymoon forced into a tough spot, ended up own goaling, and BDS now down a goal with 20 seconds remaining, trying to push forward, marked by 8. Doesn't have the backboard, hasn't had the backboard all game. In game number 5, Monkeymoon now set to receive over 1. He's gonna hop over to an Archie, and midfield will be Monkeymoon, but the follow-up gotta be Extra on the catch. Kassio give him a little lift. Extra back to mark by 8, and BDS score with 0 seconds remaining on Wasteland. They tie it up.
Extra, the solo play, fakes out 2 players, marked by 8, the slow shot. Kassio glides across the ball, marked by 8, delayed the flick by a few seconds. We've got a buzzer beater out of BDS, tied up, OT. Who's gonna force match point?
Monkeymoon's got nothing. Kassio launches it downfield. Can top Blokes take series advantage? Yet again, shot blocked by Monkeymoon. He's got no boost, meaning he has to wait. But the pass is there, and the goal is good for Kassio! Top Blokes, the warlords of Wasteland, take down BDS and have them on match points!
If you're on top Blokes right now, just feed it to Kassio. The man doesn't miss his shots. He's the one who got him the 3rd goal in this game. And now in the OT, he's hitting the same corner, but on the other side. Kassio, the MVP of this individual game, maybe the series, Jorby. I think we're gonna look back on that goal in the midfield, hitting it behind him, finding the corner shot. That could be the difference and what changed the tides of this entire series.
Top Blokes are in top performance right now. Turtle.
Oh my goodness.
I want to remind everybody of something at home, because Stumpy's not here to remind everybody himself.
Yes.
But he did predict, the only guy to predict a 4-2 series line by Top Blokes in the upper final. Now, Stumpy does have BDS returning to the grand final later and making a lower bracket run, but I don't think anybody expected Top Blokes to even be in that kind of position.
No.
Yeah, here we are, Turtle.
And it's not like BDS aren't doing anything on the field. We just saw in the final moments, Extra move into the corner, have one of the best solo plays we've seen all day long, all tournament long, keep the ball up, marked by a delayed flip shot into the back of the net on a 0-second goal, by the way. But Top Blokes going to overtime, they're not phased whatsoever. Kassio is still going to hit the mark with his shots. This Top Blokes, the best we've ever seen so far out of them, and BDS aren't even playing bad. This is unreal.
Team BDS. Now it's all about forcing game number 7, and apparently a controller DC. So we're going to take a quick pause. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Pulled a fast one on you. We're not starting game 6 yet.
Well, the question is, Jorby, in the Kassio matchup, we saw Vic Salen actually come back from a little break, popping off, looking like a Super Saiyan on the field. Okay, so I think these breaks, every time we come back so far today, somebody has popped off. All right, so the question is, on the field, if you had to pick one of these players, who's going to be the one to step up?
On BDS, Monkeymoon.
Okay, okay.
Monkeymoon this whole weekend has, like, when it's looked really tough for BDS, he is the guy that steps up to the plate and is able to either put the ball away or just take over the game all on his own. And Extra and Marked by 8, they're happy to play the accompaniment to Monkeymoon's beautiful, what is it, trio. I was going to say quartet, but there's not 4 players. I don't know why quartet came into my mind, but it doesn't matter. I really love how Top Blokes are playing. Archie, he's giving you what you expect. He's rock solid on the back end on defense. He's coming up with great 50s in midfield and finding passes to his team in tight situations where they need to score a goal. Archie has been reliable in every aspect of the game and key to Top Blokes' success in the match so far. We're still waiting on getting the players set, guys. We appreciate your patience as we get them back in, but it looks like Cassio's back in and controllers are all plugged and we're ready to go. So let's do this, Turtle. Let's see a BDS before game step.
I can't believe we're here. Top Blokes match point against BDS. And you had talked about tight situations. Flame started out clutching those situations, but also messing up a bit of the 50s. And BDS strike first. This is marked by 8 off the demo from Extra. Cassio's too slow, and BDS. This is the pop-off we wanted to see.
It gives you just to take a big sigh now. Up by 1, 5 seconds in, when you're probably feeling the crunch of match point.
You know what, Jorby, there's no bias. We just want to see a game 7. That's all we want to see. And Marked by 8, he wants to see the game 7 as well.
Oh, Marked by 8. Oh, kidding, not going for that one, but I will go for this one. Close, tight angle against Kassio.
Wait, that was Kassio in the air? Was that Kassio in the air? Oh, and that's even more painful. Cassio's been hitting that corner the whole series, and Marked by 8 just one-ups him.
Right in front. Ooh, Extra right on top of that flip reset. Demo on top of it. Now the lane is clear for Monkeymoon. Marked by 8 comes in a little closer, but now he's going to have to pull off Top Blokes. Well, they've gone down before against BDS, but they've been consistently threatening on the offensive half by a couple of nice 50 wins. Just can't quite grab the ball off the side. They do force Monkeymoon up here. He ended up missing Extra, making up for lost time, and now with no boost, just kicks it up high in front.
Top Blokes roster definitely isn't afraid to challenge a bit more against BDS. I'm curious if that is a difference that they have implemented. You can even see here, Kassio was trying to hit, I believe it was Archie up top, who pre-jumped the shot a bit. They are not hesitating whatsoever when it comes to going for this ball. They don't even mind if they're going to lose a 50. They just want to hope. You know, maybe they'll find some contact and force a solid opportunity.
Oh, Archie tried his best to shovel the pass out over to Kassio. Oh, that was a really smart challenge from Flame. Just made his car as tall as possible to keep it close. Don't want the ball to jet away from you into a BDS car. And the pass in front as well. So Top Blokes still got the ideas. despite being down 2-0. And they don't want to get too far away from their game plan with what's worked against BDS. Good midfield challenge, and already downfield was Archie lurking for a goal, but it's taken away.
Oh, and Mark by 8, he is so patient in the net. Actually didn't want to go out to challenge and knew Kassio was going to rush the touch. I think the composure out of BDS has been picked up a lot. You know, BDS oftentimes will get demoed in this game from top blokes who love to go for that physical play on the extra rotation. If they slow down their performance a bit, which is BDS slowing down, by the way, then you can dodge those demos. You can be a bit more aware, and that's what's happened here so far to force Game 7, Dorm.
Flame bounces that one off the ramp for top blokes, but nothing quite materializing in midfield. BDS having some struggles now, keeping the ball away from top blokes, and Flame will pick up the goal off the bounce in the corner.
How on earth did this go in? Extra and Flame, the pinch, the spot on the corner as well.
It looked like Archie touched that. Archie touched that. Wait a minute. That totally came off the post. Did it just bounce off the post and not Archie's car?
I think that was a post and in, Jorby. I think it was a post and in, and that's you're entering the lottery after that. After this play, Jorby, I think they just won. Top bloke won at this point with the ball and that bounce in the corner. My goodness.
I think they'd rather tie it up with 2 goals, but we'll see how it develops. Monkeymoon ends up feinting at the mark by 8. Is it enough? No. Extra was hoping for a miss, and he gets demoed. Mark by 8 can't find that ball. Monkeymoon, not the best clear. Demo on the backside, but Mark by 8, a diving stop to keep BDS in the lead. Forces a 50, stole the boost, rammed through another player. Extra, he rams through another one. Mark by 8. Monkeymoon's got all day. Mark by 8 dove in front, and it's a loose ball in front of the box, but nobody from BDS could get there. They need this insurance, but top blokes have kept them out. Extra on the ground. No goal. Flame.
Monkeymoon.
Oh, he got faked by Monkeymoon, but they're staying alive still in the orange half. They get another clear. Extra sends it back, but it doesn't matter.
You've got to keep pulling out tricks. Left and right, unique mechanics, fakes from Monkeymoon, demos from both teams. What's going to break the defense down? Before it was a pinch goal that bounced awkwardly in the corner. For BDS, what is the answer to stay alive? It's last-second saves from Monkeymoon, but Archie's still looking for the second one.
Archie, unfortunately, didn't have a midfield boost he was hoping for a carry. Now BDS are back on offense. Extra. Next one behind the ball. Marked by 8. Couldn't quite sneak it by the last defender. Archie has the next one for top blokes. Regardless of how they've looked on defense, they still need one to tie it up and potentially end the match. In game number 6, Flame, a dump pass and Extra is all over. BDS are sniffing out the passing lanes. Top blokes not having nearly as much success. Here's the turnaround. Archie got the demo.
Oh, that's it.
The smoke on the mark by 8, and he makes another diving stop in a tough situation. Mark by 8 keeps BDS on game 7 territory with less than 30 seconds remaining again.
That could have been the end. Mark by 8 had to dodge the bump attempt, get the first touch, and the second follow-up hit. Now he's still popping off in the corner, making a save, and letting Monkeymoon get some space. Mark by 8. His team is thanking him.
He got bumped on that one too. Or he got stopped for a second. Marked by 8, stepping up big time in the final minute for BDS. But can they stop one more push from top blokes? They demo one player. Monkeymoon kills the ball, and we go to game 7.
We're going all the way, Jorby. This is what we wanted. One of the best series I think we've seen, if not the best so far, all tournament long. We've got demos, we've got crazy fakes, the pinches that go off the corner. Top blokes almost fight back, but marked by 8, he kept him alive on the defensive side, Jorby. He's got to be the MVP so far for this individual match. It was Kassio earlier. Flame started out well. Extra was faking everybody out in the corner. At this point, I think we've seen everybody on this field individually step up.
Yeah, and again, one more time, I just want to point it out. If it's not for marked by 8, top blokes would have tied up the match. So, wow. Game number 7. Many great matches have been decided on Champions Field. Another great match approaches its grand conclusion. Who moves on to the grand finals and who has to fight in the lower bracket? We'll find out Monkeymoon, marked by 8, and
Oh my
just off the post, but Extra's there to keep it locked. He gets the second touch, but where is the path forward for BDS? Now Top Blokes defense hangs on that last push. Monkeymoon, one more touch off the back wall. Here's the shot, but Extra way too high. Flame got to that ball. Another dead play for BDS thanks to Top Blokes.
Oh man, you're in game 7 and Extra got that one shot on net. You need to be finishing those. You've come all this way and you need to perform in that clutch moment when Monkeymoon does all the work off the backboard, sets it up beautifully. But for Top Blokes, this is a chance to end the losing streak against BDS, and Kassio, he wants to do just that, follows it up himself and lands on it.
Perfect from Kassio on the challenge from marked by 8, on the touch back down.
Wow.
Easy peasy for Kassio. Top Blokes have the lead, Turtle.
That's a tough one too. You have to time it perfectly with the boost to get in between that little window of time where you can get over the ball without hitting it first. That is ridiculous. Kassio, whether he's hitting the top corner or whether he's watching the ball bounce off the crossbar, still a huge factor in this game.
That's 2 crossbar hits. And for BDS multiple times now. They're gonna have to worm their way out of their own corner. Top Blokes forcing more pressure against the backboard. Marked by 8, winning the next 50, and Monkeymoon's in the perfect spot. He's got 36 boost and a dream! Monkeymoon ties the game for BDS!
Monkeymoon alone. We could have all guessed it. One player from BDS is going to step up, and it's Monkeymoon off the backboard. Archie doesn't get the pre-jump save. All tied up, 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go. This is what we wanted out of Game 7. Very mechanical, unreal plays from Kassio and Monkeymoon. Now who else is going to step up to the plate?
Top Blokes have thrown everything at BDS, but they just will not go away quietly. Monkeymoon, hard touch. Cassio's ready for it though. Gets a solid first one off the back wall. It's picked up on the rebound. Marked by 8 has been consistently just sitting around midfield, ready to receive a quick transition. And now it's created an opportunity for Monkeymoon. High above Kassio. Marked by 8's ready. In front, but a light shot will result in Flame launching it back to BDS territory.
Yeah, and speaking of Flame, we got to give this man credit for picking it up on the defense. He was forcing a couple of awkward 50s that lost Top Blokes a few games, actually. I believe the first 2 ones given to BDS. Flame could have, done or made a huge difference had he not given away those 50s, but he hasn't made the same issue since coming into Game 7. He's been consistent. We want to see the same striking we did, though, however, in the first 2 games from him.
High against the back wall. There's going to be no play for Top Blokes. Kassio has to make this 50 happen for Flame. Bought time for Archie on that bump as well. He was hurting for boost right up until that very moment. Just could not quite get around it a second time. Now Top Blokes. Offense dying a little bit. BDS grabbing control again. Yeah. Monkeymoon especially has been looking more and more threatening behind the ball. Trying to take more solo efforts when he grabs control of it towards the backboard.
Which I think that's definitely the right move here. You can see Extra and Monkeymoon are thrown forward a lot more, and Marked by 8 is trying to be the glue, the double demo, dropping down Archie. A follow-up. Top Blokes with the physical plays. They get the lead. 2 minutes left, Orby.
2 booms and a goal.
Oh,
That's the Top Blokes method of finding the lead back in game number 7. Massive double demo.
They're always looking for that demo. Anytime I'm on one of their players' perspective, they continuously look for a demo. Flame another one here, and the space is opened up. Awkward 50, but there's all the time in the world for Flame to get a hit.
BDS in another tight spot. It's pretty early on to say so, but they were able to score a buzzer beater once in this match to stay alive. Why not twice? The Top Blokes, they're gonna make it difficult. They score another. Archie catches BDS in retreat, and it's a 2-goal lead.
Oh, it's off of Flame. The 50 game has been picked up. Massive shout out to Flame on the corner in the wall, trying to squeeze it out. He pre-flipped a bit into the challenge, and then it squeezed right to his opponent, or his teammate, excuse me. Top Blokes, they could end the streak. They have almost, I believe the past 4 games, 4 series, they've lost all of them to BDS. And now things are looking like it's gonna change if you're a fan of Top Blokes.
Well, if BDS have an afterburner or some kind of next gear to kick to the next level. They need it, and Extra puts them right there, now within 1.
Oh, we thought we'd see a difference, but Extra had a physical bump play, now marked by 8, the solo one off the backboard. This is what BDS do the best. Always having somebody go for a solo play, but there's a second man following up, waiting and being patient for that follow-up.
It was a perfect 50 from Extra as well on top of it. On the whole top of his Fennec, touched the ball about 3 times before it finally could push forward.
The defenses are so good, Jorby. That's what it's going to come down to, a 50 that nobody can predict. Because marked by 8, he knows where that shot's going. He's going to, of course, get the save and keep them within 1 goal.
Marked by 8 catches the pass from Monkeymoon. But the backboard has been really tough to grab rebounds off of. They are forcing Top Blokes to use a lot of boosts on their carry out. It's like, if you're going to carry the ball, we're going to force you to use the boost. We'll lock down in midfield and steal the ball away in the corner, as Monkeymoon wants to do
40
here.
40 seconds.
Gave him a little bit of space, though. Top Blokes sitting a little far back on that last play. Still, Flame wins a crucial touch, wasting more time off the clock. Kassio, touch off the back wall. Shot from Archie is just high and wide. 2 committed from BDS, feeling desperate now for a clear. That shot off to the corner, just wide. Archie finding another pass. He's going to take the goal himself, but marked by 8 pops it up in front of the box. Monkeymoon gets the ball out to midfield.
What a 50. Marked by 8.
Marked by 8 is there. Slows it down. Makes himself tall. Extra shot is good. With 8 seconds remaining, BDS have tied it.
BDS trying to keep this curse alive for Top Blokes and continue their win streak. 8 seconds left. Extra finds the back of the net. A good kickoff for either team could even end this before we get into OT, Jorby.
Nobody scores more clutch goals in Europe than BDS. When they're tasked with it at the end of a
There's
game,
still a chance.
They switch in to the next level. This is what makes Team BDS a step above the rest, but Top Blokes are 1 goal away.
They don't stop. BDS do not let up. It doesn't matter how much time is on the clock. They're going to keep coming at you with full aggression.
Marked by 8 towards the net. Monkeymoon harassing the last man, and Archie desperate, but can't get a solid touch. Extra can't find the net, but marked by 8 is there. The shot just denied. Loose ball in the box. Monkeymoon off the crossbar, and the rebound picked up by Flame on the backside. Top Blokes are surviving.
Oh, the crossbar is dented now from Monkeymoon's hit. That could have ended it. The one opportunity. Are they going to look back to that play and think that could have made the difference? Archie, the follow-up, doesn't get it, and Monkeymoon, the clear out. Jorby, this is so close between the skill gap of these 2 teams.
Monkeymoon looking for a gap, forcing a high, awkward ball. Now Extra grabs the next one, has the boost to follow, got it around the defense, but now can they get a follow-up on the rebound? Monkeymoon searches for marked by 8, but it just sails over his head, and BDS, try as they may, they get so close to breaking through, and the holes are there, but they just can't push the door open. Monkeymoon, a long ball back over to Extra. Top Blokes stacking the backside of the door with as many obstacles as possible. Can they keep holding BDS on the line, or will they eventually break? Extra keeps the ball locked, but Kassio gets the next touch out.
I can't help but feel it's going to be a demo play that will end this. You've seen Extra lurking for that physical attempt on net. It's the safest one to go for, but a good 50 from Flame leaves a chance in the corner.
Archie got the 50. Kassio punches it in reverse, and Kassio has done it! Archie sets him up, and Top Blokes take BDS down!
The curse has been lifted. Kassio patient in front of the goal.